So why do you think that the government seems to still be hiding these close calls that we've had with UFOs?
Because that shows our weakness, that we can't control or anticipate. That is going to mean that we're the victims.
Do you think we should prepare for the worst then?
We can't. What can we do? They're so far ahead of us technologically. I'll fly really off the handle and say we're doomed.
I'm joined today by Gary Lane. He's senior international correspondent at CBN News. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing great, Billy. Glad to be with you.
Well, I wanted to talk with you because a number of reports out there about God intervening in amazing ways in the midst of this Ukrainian-Russian conflict, this brutal invasion by Russia into Ukraine. We're obviously seeing lots of headlines about that battle, but amid those headlines, there have been these amazing stories, these claims of God intervening. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I've got to tell you, Billy, I haven't been able to verify this, but I think it's amazing. There are a lot of Christians in Ukraine talking about this. But last week I talked to our CBN Ukraine director, and I said, look, tell me, are there any miracles going on? He said, yes, as a matter of fact, there are. There was a member of our church whose son went to the front lines, and he and his battle group were facing the Russians, and he called his dad on a cell phone. They still have cell phone service. And he said, Dad, you've got to get people in the church praying because I don't know if we're going to make it through this. We are fighting overwhelming odds here. The Russians are just so large, and they have all this mechanical equipment, tanks, and armored personnel carriers and anti-aircraft stuff, you name it, artillery. And he said, I don't know if we're going to make it. So the father got off the phone. He called members of his church, and they started a prayer chain, and they started praying nonstop for their men in the field and for this man's son. And the son called back later in the evening. He said, Dad, you wouldn't believe it. It was like a UFO or something. We've never seen anything like it. Just a brilliant flash of light. In the sky, just taking over the whole sky. We haven't seen that. We thought maybe the Americans are somebody had a weapon they were using. But we haven't seen this. And then the next morning they woke up and they said all the equipment from the Russians was destroyed.
Я з хати не вилазив. Не вилазив. Я чув, що, я думаю, бахали, ну тут же есть... У мене сосед, так сосед. Ну, хлопець молодий вийшов на перекресток. І все. Да, честно говоря, такой первый раз такой вижу. Честно. Я же и в армии служил, я ну таке, щоб такого. Я ще такого не бачу. Ну я только не могу понять, зачем им мирные граждане? Вот это вот, я не могу понять. Убивают просто, зачем? Вот, ну там война, ну, конечно.
Ну, я на даний момент я не можу, ну, поки що ці емоції виразити, може ще не акліматизуватись. Треба, ну, до мирного життя, щоб порівняти. То, ну, як воно сталося, то ще немає таких от, не знаю, пояснити як, не можу.